Hey guys, what is up? I am going to tackle a heavier subject. I've tackled it before. I've talked about it a lot before, but self-worth and self-acceptance, I think that's pretty relevant right now with the whole Daniel Craig thing. I'm recording this a few days after that happened. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I think it's pretty relevant right now. And I know it's a major thing because whenever I'm just scrolling through my Instagram feed, which I do quite often just to see what you guys are up to, and to see what you guys are into, maybe to give me ideas for a video, I see a lot of negativity and a lot of depression and a lot of self-worth struggles, and it's a very real thing. And I know that it's rough and that a lot of people go through it because I went through it myself, and it's difficult, but in today's world it's really difficult to accept yourself because of the pressure that everybody else puts on you to be different and be somebody who you're not, and that you feel less adequate and you feel less accepted by everybody because you're not exactly like that model on the front page of that magazine, or you're not exactly like that person on TV who everybody's putting pressure on you to be like. And the unreal thing about the world that we live in is that we all are pressured to be something that we're not. And it's insane that we are, I mean, even the most successful people aren't happy. Proven by Daniel that he was very successful. He was gaining popularity and he just wasn't happy. Sometimes your demons are just too big for fame and popularity to handle. And people think that, you know, once you've made it and you're going to have a great life. No, that's not true. A lot of people, even me, and I haven't made it, a lot of us have our down days, our dark days where we just don't feel like we're good enough. And I've had those days quite often, and especially recently with the kind of slowing down of YouTube subscribers, and, you know, I just feel inadequate and I don't feel like I should keep going. And that's something that a lot of people feel all the time. A lot of people want you to be more than what you are because they want to live vicariously through you. They want to be alive again through you. And those people that tell you that you aren't good enough are just trying to put you down to the level of their feeling, because a lot of people feel lower than what you could imagine in this world. And it is hard and there are rough days, but just always remember that somebody has it worse than you do. They do. Somebody has a lot more going on. And not saying that you don't have problems. I don't doubt that you've got problems. It's a really rough, really rough world out there, and people will put you down in the blink of an eye just to lift themselves up for a moment. And that's just the world that we live in, and it's very unfortunate. However, it's, you know, it's reality. No matter the effort people put in to put you down, you should never, ever let them succeed, because they shouldn't have control or reign over your life. They shouldn't have the effect that you're letting them have over your life, because you are worth so much more than they can imagine. Everybody is worth something to this world. If you weren't worth anything in this world, you wouldn't be here. If you didn't have anything to offer, you would not be here. And that's how I've gotten through day by day, is just remembering that there is a purpose for you. There is a reason that you're here. There's a reason for all of us to be here, and you have to remember that. You can't just sit back and say, well, I'm worthless. What about that? Nobody in existence is worthless. Nobody. Nobody in this world was made without a purpose, was created without a purpose. Nobody was, and nobody will ever be. Nobody was made to be beaten up on, looked down upon. Nobody was ever meant to fill that role. It's just the role that society has given people because they feel inadequate with themselves. Which is so unfortunate, because there are so many great people in this world that could go on to do great and grand things, that have gone to end their life, that have gone into depression, alcoholism, drug dependency because of something that somebody said that should have never been said in the first place. None of those things are viable options to what you're feeling. You should never, ever, ever think about killing yourself just because you're feeling down. Just because you feel hopeless doesn't mean there's no hope. It just means that you have to find the hope that you're looking for. People forget that it's so easy to hurt somebody beyond belief. It's so easy to get somebody so down that they don't even want to continue to go on. And people don't care. That's the thing that's messed up about this world, is people don't care when they put somebody down so far that they think about harming themselves, that they think about, they're willing to put people down so far they're thinking about harming themselves, that they're thinking about harming others in some cases. It's more real now because a person in the public eye just commits suicide because his demons ate him alive. His demons ate him alive so much to the point where he would rather not be alive than to deal with it anymore. And that should never, ever, ever be the case for anybody. You should always seek help. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength to say, you know what? It's a sign of strength to say, you know what? I need help. I need somebody to come alongside me, hold my hand, and tell me it's going to be okay, because that is the sign of someone with true strength, is to say, I need help. And a lot of people don't realize that they need help until it's too late, which is even more unfortunate, because they could go on to do some great things in this world with their life, but instead they chose the route out. They chose to end it instead of fighting for it. And that should never, ever, ever be the case. Just remember that you are worth everything. That nobody is worthless in this world. Nobody is worthless. And I say this, and people can say, well, you don't know. I do know. I know what it's like to feel worthless. I know what it's like to have suicidal thoughts. I know all that. It hurts. It sucks. And you get to the point where you feel that your pain is greater than those will be around you when you die, and that's not the case at all. I've been around suicide victims' families in my job. I've been around that. The devastation is insurmountable. It affects so many people. It affects people that you've only rubbed shoulders with a couple times. People that you don't even know personally. They hear that you kill themselves and they're blown away. They're beside themselves with sorrow and dread, and everybody wonders if it's their fault when something like that happens. And that's never a feeling anybody should ever have. You should never have to stay up at night wondering, was it my fault that this person killed themselves? I would never want somebody to feel like that. I would never want somebody to ask that question if it were me. I can't tell you how much you mean to this world. And you may feel useless, you may feel beaten down, you may feel hurt, and you may feel betrayed. You may feel like it's time to give up, but it's never time to give up. It's never, ever, ever time to give up. People love you. This is me and you, one-on-one. People love you. People are there for you. People care. When you hurt, they hurt. They know that something's wrong and they're waiting for you to admit it. So if it's the case, then you need to seek help. Don't ever think that when you seek help it's over and that it's the sign of your weakness, because it's not. When you seek help, it's the beginning of a whole new chapter in your life. If you seek help from anybody, a friend, a stranger, me, a teacher, a police officer, anybody, we will all be happy to help. The amount of messages and comments that I've gotten saying that I've helped people through some pretty dark times touches me so deeply that I could have had that effect on somebody's life. What I've set out to do, I achieved through my videos. Guys, you don't know what the person next to you is feeling. Never assume they're happy because of the smile on their face. Sorrow is a thing that reaches deeper than a smile. Give people a reason to be truly happy. Include the ones that you wouldn't normally include. Don't make fun of people. Treat others like you'd want to be treated yourselves. That's a golden rule, isn't it? And a lot of people today forget that. So always remember, if you're ever feeling down and out, seek help. There's nothing inside of you that's stronger than the effect of another human being on your life. Just remember that. So if you need somebody to talk to, I'll be happy to talk to you. But the first step is always admitting it. So if you need somebody to talk to, comment down below. Nobody will judge you for asking for help. Nobody knows what you're going through. Comment down below, message me, anything. Seek help. I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.